Hello.
Are we are we live?
Hello, Gia.
Oh,
Yes, we are.
woohoo! Did we do it? Did it work? Is it working?
So far, the first recording we did hasn't uploaded yet, so I think we're still sort of crossing our fingers that this will work. But let's
Oh
let's
well.
let's think positively, and
Okay.
uh,
We'll
and
forge
uh,
ahead because we're
we'll
we're
forge ahead.
professionals.
We're professionals, yeah. Sorry,
Yeah.
everybody. Our last recording was uploaded very late. In fact, the next day, because our platform we've been using, Iris, is malfunctioning. So we're trying to record on Podbean tonight, and fingers crossed that it works for us.
Yeah. Hope it sounds all right and everything, but
Yeah, you sound good in my ears, so hopefully.
ah, that's the nicest thing anybody's ever said to me. I give myself a headache, but if it sounds good in your ears, that's good enough for
Yeah,
me.
yeah. You sound good in my ears, Gia. Okay,
Okay.
so all right, so it's Thursday, and we had a busy week again.
Yep. Oh my
Yep,
goodness. Okay. Yeah.
and I did take notes again because
Excellent. Good, because we had a lot happen, and
we had a lot happening, and I don't trust my brain to remember things. I have to acknowledge that the brain is, I'm sundowning hard these days.
yeah, and I feel like I could probably talk more like coherently about Gilmore Girls today than General Hospital,
Wow, that's
which
great.
I know you're not up on, but I'm almost
I'm
done with the
not.
series, so I'm kind
Really?
of
Oh, so
yeah,
you
yeah.
probably would like to talk about it with somebody, huh?
Yeah, and I know that we have some listeners that are into it, but
Uh-huh.
I won't get into it. I know. I
Okay.
mean, there's the Sugarbush Harlequin and Sphincters and Gilmore Girl. Like I am
Oh,
your
yeah.
off-topic problem. So
You're a cornucopia of
of of
tangents and filth
yes,
and
yeah. I'm like, what's that author I like so much that like just is constantly off topic? Doctor. Oh, the Awakenings guy.
Oh, yeah, Sacks, Oliver Sacks.
Sacks, Oliver Sacks,
Mhm,
yeah.
mhm. Oh,
And
yeah, you're
he
just like him.
I know, I wish. He was so smart. But
Mhm.
anyway, he couldn't stick on a topic either, but I found that
Mhm.
I loved his off-topic tangents as much as,
Uh-huh.
I'd be like in those footnotes, like down the rabbit hole right there
Yeah,
with him.
yeah.
I'm like,
Uh-huh.
that's excellent. Do a book on that. And
Uh-huh. Huh. Okay. All right. Yeah.
but I
Yeah.
maybe that's probably not for everybody, but you could tell he was just like, "Oh my God, that's interesting. And
Yeah,
then
yeah. Uh-huh. Yeah. I don't know if people respond to our tangents quite as passionately or
probably
favorably,
not,
but
because I'm not Oliver Sacks. I don't know if he was a genius, but he was very, very smart.
very smart. Yeah. And we're just a couple of girls who watch General Hospital.
Couple of gals, yeah.
Yeah.
So, okay, well, you can get us started, but like, I kind of want to talk about who's going to put in the catheter.
Speaking of sphincters and the like, yeah, because he's gonna have to poop too. It's not just gonna be tinkles for poor Rick.
Yeah,
It's
I
gonna
don't
be
think he's
some
catheterized for that. I don't know what they do about
ones
that.
and enemas. I don't see any of these ladies stepping up to give him an enema.
Yeah, I just think you're going to hold him there for a month, like 30
That's
days.
I know you like some soapy goodness, Gia, but I think this is soapy, dark, evil shit. I think this is very inhumane.
They're mixing it up a little bit.
Wow, strong words.
Well, are they crossing lines? They're kind of
Yes. Yes, they are.
I mean, but soaps have always like done you can do in one scene you can do the absurd and then the next
Yeah,
scene we can be back to what's
yeah.
supposed to be I don't know if it's like magical realism, but
Yeah, and it's also a little bit like cartoon violence, where sort of
yeah,
that
yeah,
it's not real, even though, like,
yeah.
I don't we're supposed to buy into a certain level of this being.
Yeah, and that's tricky. That's a
Yeah.
tricky dance to pull off.
Yeah,
But I
yeah.
did find myself snickering while they're all standing over the body. I'm like, the compassion. Um,
Was not there.
those three women are missing that like like nobody's checking on this
Nobody. I mean, like,
possibly
Alexis
dead
walks
man.
in and she doesn't even
Yeah,
flinch, really. She was sort of like, "Oh, he's down,"
yeah,
you
yeah.
know, big deal.
But I
Um
mean, I did find myself snickering here and there. Like, can you believe that Ava had that gag thing in her bag or whatever she?
I know, and that was a good line because I was thinking, "Where did they find that thing?" Nobody that's
Right.
upsetting, just that little detail, that somebody
Yeah.
had that,
Yeah.
like, at the ready. Um
So yeah, I think you've got to be in the right mood. It just it
Yeah.
is, but it is like I like the idea of these three women like sort of chained together on this little project, and they're all ready to. Well, not Alexis and her own daughter, but they're black. There's blackmail all around.
All
You
around.
know.
Yeah, yeah. I kinda liked that, because I don't like conflict and I don't like loud voices, and I sorta like that the 3 of them were like you said, they sort of all, like, threw in together pretty easily, and
Yeah.
there wasn't really a lot of, like, arguing back and forth, I guess because they all have Rick as a common enemy. I don't know,
Right.
you
Yeah. And
know?
I also did you notice that when Alexis was initially going to the phone, she was calling the police, not an ambulance, but the
Yeah.
police. Like
Yeah, I know. I know. Man, I mean,
uh
when Drew talked about her questionable judgment, I thought, "Well, he's definitely right now." You
yeah,
know?
so but yeah, that in fact that sort of bringing Drew up, that sort of highlights like her conversation with Drew was supposed to take that as realism there and
Right,
the
right,
that
yeah,
heartache, but then we have to really shift gears real hard to
yeah,
get into this thing with Ava and Christina, and
yeah.
yeah,
We had to kinda do a 180,
yeah,
I would say, from going to feeling completely compassionate and sympathetic,
yeah,
you
yeah,
know, to thinking, "Wow, Alexis has got a
yeah.
cool streak," you know?
But
And
it's dark humor, right? I mean,
it's
we're
dark humor, which I'm all for generally. I just thought, like, it's not like he's in a comfortable bed and he's in like on some sort of a
you
cot.
don't know if that's comfortable or not. It might be
I don't
great.
think could you imagine being strapped down on your back? You can't roll over or anything, and you've got, like, a ball gag in your mouth?
Yeah.
Come on. And you do have to
Okay. All
tinkle.
right.
You
But
gotta
wasn't
no
an air
control.
mattress.
I don't think it was one of those circulating air mattresses that prevents bed sores, no.
Oh yeah, yeah. But and it's funny they built a whole set, like a basement set with the
Yeah, with a kind
hot
of a
water
dirty
heater
sink.
and the
Yeah.
yeah the
Mhm.
stairs, the wooden stairs, which were not built by anybody in my husband's family. I tell you that. But they were done too perfectly. They were. My
But
husband's family, they like to not anger the gods, so they made sure they were mistakes.
nothing perfect.
Yeah,
Very
you
respectful
can
of the
usually see
gods.
like a lot of math problems being done on the back of the stairwell. Huh.
Yeah, yeah, I sort of remember that, yeah. Although I have to say, and this is definitely an aside, but
Uh-oh.
when Gia and her husband were building their house in Maine, and I visited on occasion, and while it was, I guess, still it wasn't completed at this point, you had a bucket with a piece of styrofoam on it as a toilet,
Yeah.
which sure is shocking maybe on the one hand, but on the other hand, Gia, stay with me here. The
Yeah.
styrofoam was comfortable and it was never ice cold like a regular toilet seat. And I thought,
That's
why
true.
can't they
Yeah.
get this technology into an actual toilet seat, you know?
Yeah, and before that, when we were in the basement, before that we were in a tent, and we
Mm,
had like a literally a hole in the ground, far enough away that we weren't smelling
yeah,
it. Like so
yeah,
that
yeah.
that that bucket with the
Was
styrofoam was
just
a step
that
up.
was Literally, it was like 16 inches up.
We were, you know, I think we were I think we took a whole year of living in the basement, and then we like, we just did stuff as we had money, and then we gradually
Yeah.
moved. We eventually found out that our first dog, Bump, you remember Bump?
Yeah, I do.
He'd been pooping up on the very, very, very top floor where we never went. You know, like
That's
we got
right,
up there, we're
right.
like, "What have you been doing?" And then he was like sheepishly, like he never did it again. He was just like, "Oh, I thought this was."
I thought I was trying to encourage you 2 to poop
Yeah,
upstairs instead of in the basement, like
it was a lovely,
savages.
it was a lovely house. We eventually did finish it, but
But there's
we had
another
real,
piece of the
and
puzzle.
yeah, we had real toilets. We had a couple of
Yeah,
them.
you did. I can vouch
Yeah.
for that too, yes.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay. All
But
right. That was a
anyway,
good aside. Anyway, how is Rick going to go to the bathroom? I guess that's what we're getting to.
that's a big question, I think, for all of us. And yeah, just being at the mercy of people who don't care about you is would be very stressful,
I mean, the
you
only
know,
thing that would make it more fun is if they pulled Liesel in on the whole thing.
because she's done this sort of thing
She's done
before.
this
Like,
thing, and she's a
yeah,
doctor. She could have.
yeah. I thought they might try to pull in some sort of a medical professional to at least check the head wound, you know.
I know. I mean, yeah. That is disturbing to have nobody. I mean, I know they're being funny, but I
Right.
don't know. They could reassure us that it was a minor bonk.
Yeah. Yeah, a
Um,
minor bonk, like, from this, like, priceless antique, which looks to me like a
yeah,
Christmas ornament or something, like,
it was a
painted like a pearly
paperweight.
white
Yeah.
it's like, come on.
That was her favorite paperweight. I'm
I
thinking, do
know.
people have favorite paperweights?
I
I don't have
think
any paperweights, but
that could be easily replaced, I think. Yeah, that's true. Who has paperweights these
I
days?
think my grandmother had a paperweight collection. Now that I'm thinking about it, I remember
Hmm.
like flowers, things in amber or
Yeah,
something. Yeah,
suspended in things, yeah.
yeah,
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 mhm,
something like
sure,
that.
sure. Yeah.
And she was the kind of lady that it wouldn't put it past her to bonk somebody on the
Bonk
head with one
somebody.
of those
Maybe
pieces.
that was
She
really
was
the real purpose behind a
she was
paperweight.
pretty stern. She was not a grandma that you were gonna cross.
So maybe somehow she had sort of
Yeah.
subliminally threatened you with a paperweight bonk.
Maybe. She yeah. She'd use a rolled up newspaper on pets, She'd like if
Uh-huh.
they were on the counter, she'd be smacking the counter or, whatever.
Mhm. Yeah, yeah,
She
yikes.
she did not put up with nonsense.
No, no. Hmm. Well,
Anyway,
boy,
so yeah,
wouldn't she
what do
be
we
proud of you now?
I don't know what that means, but no.
All that bottled up nonsense is coming out now. Thanks a lot, Grandma.
I was not the favorite, and everybody knew it. And I wasn't the last on the list. I think my cousin David ended up being the last on the list. But yeah, one of my brothers and my cousin Carol, they were like top
Huh.
tier. Yeah,
Yeah. Okay.
she was
Yeah.
fairly transparent. Um.
Oh dear. Hmm.
Anyway, so I don't know. I think if you're not in the right mood, that whole thing with Rick is gonna fall pretty flat. If you're in the right mood, you might find it. I saw it being compared to like they were like the Shakespearean witches or
Yeah, yeah, or like the
uh,
Witches of Eastwick or whatever. But
yeah.
yeah.
So
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, Alexis can straddle that sort of thing with humor, I think, and Ava. I don't know.
Hmm.
We'll just have to see how. I mean, and Rick can deliver a funny line, so maybe it'll
Yeah.
just stay comic.
Yeah, that could be okay. I guess as long as, like, it's sorta clear that he's taken care of, like, well enough, that he's
Or
not.
now they're gonna knock him out with sleeping pills. What is
I
that?
know.
What's the point of that? Just to make it easier for time to go by? Like,
Maybe so they don't have to, like, monitor him 24/7 if they think he's, like, passed out for the night. I
I
don't know.
guess, yeah. But that's
But
not
yeah.
healthy.
No, that's not great. That's not great either. Yeah. And I mean, I don't think many people will miss him, but Willow will, right? She'll be
Yeah,
looking
that's
for him.
gonna screw up her defense for sure. And is Elizabeth gonna go looking for him? You know, she's gonna
Yeah, I know. I know. I think she likes him more than she wants to admit.
yeah, and she's all gaga over the idea of him working pro bono and
Yeah, pro
so
bono. Yeah.
pro bono, that's what
Boner.
she
Pro
said.
boner. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Um, so I don't know, but it was a bold move on the writer's part.
It was, especially with the timeline of a month, I think that's where,
Yeah.
you
Well, we're
know.
waiting for the bonds to mature, right? That's the whole.
Right, 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 yeah. That's what's gonna trip them up, because a month is gonna be a very long time to keep a
I
man in your
know.
basement, you know?
Well, and to keep it amusing for us. That's a long time.
I
You know,
know.
that's a long time for
Yeah.
the viewers to be into that storyline, don't you think?
I think so. So maybe Molly might stumble onto him or something. I think it's possible that it won't go as long as they hope, that they won't be able to keep the
Yeah.
jig up, for that long.
The jig will be up. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right.
So
Well, go back to your notes because I sort of hijacked the
that's okay. I mean, it did
trajectory there. But
a little bit, but we expect that from you. And that was one of the things on my list for Tuesday. We had Ava, Christina, Rick, and Alexis, that whole foursome, talking and stuff. Meanwhile, we had Lucy and Sidwell, and I thought Lucy did a very lovely job of appearing very concerned about
very
Maxie.
sad. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, like
Yeah.
it was a nice version of Lucy that we don't see maybe as much as we could.
Right. We see the sort of one-dimensional Lucy
Yeah,
too frequently.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. But how much of a fucking shithead is Sidwell, acting like he's compassionate, knowing
Yeah.
that he's basically tried to kill Maxie.
Yeah.
He's
Yep.
tanking her company on purpose so he can buy into it
And
and
he's
take.
luring Lucy into his bed using all of
Yeah,
that.
yeah, yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
just and she doesn't, her sort of radar doesn't seem to be picking up on any of this, does it?
No. Do you want to know
No.
where the jig is up comes from?
No, I don't.
All
You're
right.
gonna tell us anyway, aren't
No,
you?
no, I'm not. No, gonna have to look it up on your own. Um, but yeah, so he's a true bad guy. He's showing his true,
Yeah, yeah.
because he like he's a different kind of bad guy because like Drew's
Mhm.
a all out bad guy and everybody knows it all the time,
Right.
and Sidwell is so slimy charming that he's charmed
Mhm.
Lucy now.
Mhm.
Um, yeah,
Mhm. And
and
to some extent, Jordan, it seems to have
oh
forgotten just
yeah,
how bad he is. She's willing
although
to
I think
take his money.
yeah, I think Jordan's just, overlooking what she needs to overlook
Yeah,
to
yeah. Mhm.
make herself happy right now.
Right. And I was thinking also he's even like a different type of bad guy than Sonny, because I can't really picture Sonny doing this sort of thing, like looking a woman in the eye and sort of seducing her while at the same time killing her friend, or potentially killing her friend and destroying her,
No, but he's not
you
above
know.
seducing a woman to use her for sure, like he's
That's
doing with
true. Yeah,
ABA
that's
Turner
true.
right now. But right,
Yeah.
yeah, not the killing other than the Jagger killing, which I think was um
Yeah, that was a little bit outside
a
of.
real misstep on the writer's
Mhm.
part.
Mhm.
Is usually part of his business move. So I guess you could
Mhm.
argue that for Sidwell too, couldn't you? Um,
I guess, but he really treated Maxie like she was nothing, like just
yeah, yeah,
a
yeah.
nuisance.
He's seeming quite diabolical,
Yeah, I mean, she's got little kids and everything, that's all pretty terrible, I'd say.
and I
Um,
think that Windermere, like he was talking about, it's quite comfortable, it's quite lovely, and I'm thinking Windermere is due for a revamp.
yeah.
like that little couch with the zebra pillow and the animal print pillows and the
Mhm, mhm,
all the weird orange paintings, like it
mhm.
doesn't like I don't know. They're trying to make it like a castle, but also like somebody lives there. I
Yeah,
don't
and
know.
it's yeah, it doesn't it's got more of like a gothic feel, doesn't it? Like sinister things happen there.
Yeah, and maybe it should be all, I don't know, whites and grays and blacks or something, and I don't know. The zebra pillow bothers me for some reason.
And usually you're a fan of an animal print.
I know, but it's not working there. It doesn't look elegant and expensive. The couch looks
Right,
way too
right.
small.
Right, yeah,
Uh,
yeah, yeah, you're right, that's never been a comfortable place, it's never been a hospitable
no.
place, it's where people are tortured and killed and,
I
you
can
know.
see them making it always be cold, like you can't get warm
Mhm.
at Windermere.
Yeah,
That kind of makes
yeah.
sense. But it
Mhm,
should have massive fireplaces at least, and
mhm,
massive couches, and like I don't know, it should be more like
mhm.
a Jane Eyre novel kind of look.
Yeah, and you never really see a window, there's no, like, light coming in, you know?
Yeah, yeah. I don't know.
Mm,
Anyway,
mhm.
I think that set needs a redo. So it's time for
Yeah,
Sidwell to redecorate. He could
yeah, yeah, with the paintings that he's bought from Ava.
right. He can't bring Maxie in to do it though, because he's put her in a
Yeah,
coma.
he's put her in a coma, yeah. Yeah,
But yeah,
joke's on you, Sidwell.
he's seeming evil, and
Mhm.
his son is I don't know.
His son is he's evil in his own way, but not like evil evil. He's emotional like Sidwell said, like he's acting emotionally. It's all about
Yeah,
I think
yeah,
his feelings basically that he sort of let down his mother and he's all conflicted, about,
that's true. Yeah, I just
you
think
know.
what's this going to mean for Lucas finding out?
Yeah, yeah. Right. And I kinda like that Sidwell is a bit disgusted with him for,
Not keeping
using
a cool head.
right, right, using that information that Sidwell sort of had his own plans for, So that's I kinda like that he's realizing his son it probably isn't a great fit as a partner,
Right.
you
Yeah,
know?
yeah. Yeah, he doesn't have the head for it. He doesn't have
No. No,
the
he doesn't.
temperament for it. He's yeah.
Right, right, and we
Yeah.
don't I don't think that Marco knows what's happened to Maxie because of Sidwell. I don't think he understands that Sidwell has done all
That's
of that
true.
stuff.
Let's hope he doesn't know that,
Right,
you
right.
know?
I hope so. I hope he doesn't know about the Colette relationship, that they've got
Oh,
going.
Colette. Oh, right. With that.
Colette, ugh,
Okay.
yeah.
Is that on your notes, the Colette and the
Not really. I didn't really wanna talk about her. I think she's so
she's
unlikable.
yucky, isn't she? She's very
Yeah,
yucky. Colette, you are yucky. And
yucky.
Brennan just does not seem to have any kind of handle on her and what she's about, and
No,
he
no.
speaks very sternly, but
But yeah, like, what could you do? Like, if you have, like, a bad spy in your office, like, how do you get rid of them other than killing
well,
them?
if it
Because they
were a
know
movie,
too
they'd
much,
kill him.
right? Yeah,
But
it seems
yeah,
like they'd have to, right? Because she has too much information to be
yeah,
walking around free. So so that's another reason, I guess, not to join the WSB unless
yeah.
you plan on playing ball your whole career.
What did you think of? Speaking of spies, what did you think of the scene with Anna at the Brown Dog? Anna and Brennan at the Brown
Well,
Dog.
that was exactly the conversation we hoped for, wasn't it? The 2 of them.
Yeah, that she would be his confidant.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and
Although it
I
was
was
more like her, like, poking at him with it, like, as if
yeah,
when you're kinda drunk and you're, like,
yeah.
trying to make a point and you're, like, poking at somebody with your finger,
Mhm.
like, "And another
Yeah,
thing,"
yeah,
It
yeah,
was like
yeah.
that.
It was like that. It wasn't as satisfying as I hoped it would be,
No.
because it was more like that and not as much like the 2 of them sorta commiserating, there was a little of
Yeah.
that, but,
I like Drunk Anna, though.
yeah, she was pretty convincing as Drunk Anna.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Sort of fun. I don't know how people just swill straight liquor like that, though. I know it's not real because 'cause they're
Right.
acting, but
Right, right, yeah,
I
yeah.
guess if you really wanna get drunk, that's the way to do it.
That is the way to do it, yeah,
I'd
for
have to
sure.
do it in a shot, though. Like,
Okay.
I don't think I could be sipping on it. Like, my dad used to drink Manhattans,
Mhm.
and they were just foul, I
Mm.
thought. Like, I
Mhm.
was like, "How can he come home and enjoy that? There's nothing
Mm.
enjoyable there." I mean, other than the effect, but
Sure. That what he was going for?
I'm sure, yes.
Trying to block you out?
Yeah.
All your nonsense. Make it
This
a
was, like,
strong one, Doris.
early early on, like, he was not a huge drinker, and he would have a beer, but,
Uh-huh.
in the '70s, like, everybody had kind of a cocktail hour. Did your parents
Mhm.
have a cocktail hour? Was it
Um,
just my house?
I think you'll find if you searched in your mind, it probably started around the time you learned to talk.
Bazinga, you are, like, on fire tonight with these.
No.
No, but I
Uh,
think in the like, I remember when he would fly, he would bring home the little liquor bottles,
uh-huh.
and
Yeah, I
we had
think my
a
dad did
liquor
too.
cart. Did you have, like, a liquor cabinet and a liquor cart
We had a
in
liquor cabinet, yeah, it didn't change very much, so I probably at the end, it was all water, because my
Oh, yeah,
brothers
because your brothers had
tapped
yeah,
into it,
yeah,
yeah,
right, yeah,
yeah,
we were all doing that all the time.
yeah,
But anyways, just a different culture with
right,
alcohol back
right,
then, yeah.
that's true. Mhm.
Um, so anyway, I liked Drunk Anna. Yeah, it wasn't a
Mhm.
hugely satisfying scene, but it was funny that we were like, "They should talk," and then they did talk.
Yeah, and then they did talk,
Yeah.
that was fun,
But
yeah,
he didn't reveal enough for me, and,
right, right.
I just don't feel real emotion from him. He's, like,
Mhm.
either all business or he's, like, trying to be serious mean to somebody, and or he's trying to be, like, cutesy with Carly, and he can't pull that off.
No, and yeah, and I think maybe they're thinking that just his expression conveys his, like, misery or his discomfort, but it doesn't, it doesn't do that,
I
really.
get a little discomfort, like, maybe he feels sweaty or something, you know?
Yes, yes, that's the message we're getting.
Like, when you're uncomfortable because like, your shirt's sorta sticking to you or something,
Yeah,
but
yeah, uh-huh.
like, you're all tucked in and you can't untuck and you gotta,
Yeah, and it was more like, that plus Anna making him uncomfortable because she was poking him so much, you know?
Yeah, and they were all being kinda loud in a bar for talking about spy stuff,
Yeah, yeah, right,
the
right,
old
I know.
brown dog.
The
So
old brown
funny.
dog, yeah, lots of secrets get disclosed at the brown dog.
The brown dog, yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
Mm.
does that bring us kinda to Joss and Vaughn and the torture scenes with
Um,
Pasquale?
Pascal and the tennis players.
Yep, I know, the tortured tennis players in their tennis whites.
Yeah, and Joss, like, her feet they seem so loosely connected with that zip tie, it seemed like if she
Yeah.
could have taken her shoes off, she coulda got right out of that, um
Did you notice that, Pascal it looks like he's wearing a version of Skechers,
Yeah.
and he's
Yeah,
got that same pajama top on, like, maybe that's a uniform, so he's got 5 of them or something, but
maybe, but it does look
haven't
like
we
a
seen
pajama
him, like,
top.
in
Yeah,
5 or
yeah,
6 days, and he's got the same
yep.
kinda lame, limp outfit on?
Mhm, yes, yes, that's true.
And people are saying that about me as well,
But
but,
that's different because we're not paid to look good. Are we? Are
it's
you?
like I was just thinking how wonderful it is that that's not my job because I would be starving because I just look bad. I
Yeah, I know. I smell too most of the time because I don't put
Oh, you
deodorant on.
catch me at the end of a weed whacking shift, and it's not pretty.
Yeah, so we painted a
Um,
lovely picture of the both
yeah,
of
yeah,
us.
that's who we are, yep.
Mhm.
And pooping in buckets, and yeah, it's been really a nice little look into our lives.
Yeah.
Anyway, the torture scene. Okay, so a lot of stuff was revealed that we didn't know they knew, uh, which
Mhm.
I guess that doesn't matter. I guess it's okay that
Mhm.
Joss knows about that thing in Brennan's office or whatever, even though we didn't know she knew all that stuff. Like, I didn't know
Mhm.
she would know that combination, but
Like,
maybe it's
right
not
off
even. Maybe it's
Yeah.
not real. I don't know.
Well, that's what I was wondering because when, Vaughn said game, set, match or
Yeah,
something,
that what was that? That was like, is that some code thing? Like, are they doing a
like,
bit there?
that's what I was thinking. Maybe they're smarter than we are, and they had this all sort of mapped down in case they were, caught or
And they
something.
knew they're being watched or something.
Yeah,
So they
yeah,
went through this whole little
yeah.
thing to set him up somehow.
That's the hope, yeah. If that's not
Okay.
what happened, then I would say it seems a little weird to me that Joss would have been entrusted with that combination type
Right, with the
thing,
combination without she hadn't even been told how to dispose of a body yet, you
Right.
know?
That should come first. Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. Yeah, yeah. So,
So that I don't really enjoy torture scenes. Remember when Dex
no.
was when Sonny was torturing
Yeah,
Dex? That
yeah,
kind of that was
yeah.
yucky. I don't like that. I don't like
Mhm. Well, is yeah, sure, I don't either, but isn't that a little bit what's happening to Rick?
that.
I mean,
Right.
not
Oh,
you know
definitely.
yeah,
Yeah. Oh, definitely.
not with, like,
Um,
any sort of, like, a weapon or anything, but just his own
well, not yet,
bladder.
but I mean, I wouldn't put anything
Yeah.
past Ava. She's, you
No,
know,
that's true. All these women are a little bit diabolical, when push comes to shove.
yeah.
Um,
I guess they're smashing that sort of stereotype that women are more compassionate than men, or that
mm,
that the
yeah, yeah.
the maternal emotions and all that to
Mhm, mhm.
caretaking and stuff. They're not being very good caretakers.
They're not, are they? No
Not,
siree.
yeah.
No siree. Yeah.
But anyway, so I don't know what we think of the spy stuff now. I guess it's moving along, which is something.
It's right, right, and, it looks like somebody else is gonna come into that room or whatever that they hope will help them, maybe? And I don't know if that's gonna be Brit or Jason or somebody else. Maybe
Yeah.
that's Greta? I don't know.
Oh, yeah,
Uh,
Greta. Forgot
you
about
know,
Greta.
Greta
It's gonna
got
call
a
it
green backpack.
Gertie.
Gertie,
Gertie.
yeah.
Gerda. Greta.
So yeah, we'll see. We'll see what happens next over there in Croatia. Oh, we had a nice scene. Well, maybe not nice, but between Cody and Dante following.
Oh, drinking their six pack. Yeah, that's like
Yeah.
the latest. They go in little phases. The six
Hmm.
pack, that sort of yellow and blue
Hmm.
can with
Yeah.
and it
Yeah.
just says craft beer.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh.
Um, but I liked that Cody sort of lay down everything he'd done with
Yeah,
Dante. You
yeah.
know.
And he does a good job with that sort of self-deprecating, like an I'm
Hmm.
an idiot and that's what
Hmm.
happened.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
And Dante was like that was sort of good Dante again, like
Yeah, they're
kind of
believable like as
yeah,
bro friends.
yeah,
I believe
yeah.
that relationship, that friendship.
I do too. Yeah, I like that friendship.
Um,
Let's so that was pretty much Tuesday. We covered Tuesday pretty well, I would say.
good for us. All right. What did Wednesday bring?
Wednesday brought, let's see, Sunny, well, Molly came home to Alexis's house, and then
Oh
Sunny
yeah,
dropped
and
by, and Christina was
yeah, that
kind of
was
sort of
weird.
that
Yeah.
was weird. Well, Molly even said that was weird. Christina was being weird. And then you had Alexis down in the basement with Rick, sort of toying with him, acting like maybe she was just discovering all of this.
Yeah, yeah, she was enjoying it a little bit too much.
She
Yeah.
was, she was like a cat batting around a little mouse.
But
Um,
didn't he in the past didn't he keep who did he keep in a gang with
Carly,
her? Was
she
it
said,
Carly?
well,
Okay,
she
yeah.
mentioned that. She mentioned that, and he said, "Yeah, but you're better than me." That was
Yeah.
meaning you're
Yeah.
better. So that was a little bit funny. Um, let's see. So yeah, I mean, we'll see how much they can do with a man trapped in a basement. We had a lot of Portia, Curtis, Stella, Isaiah, the whole like arrest
Yeah.
thing. Um, and Isaiah sort of running around like like a
Like a little you
Gossip,
know,
gossipy old
gossipy
lady.
bitty, like poking his
Yeah,
beak into all the situations, and then we
yeah,
had the culmination of all that
right,
poking, all that
right.
poking going on today.
Might lead to some actual poking. Yeah,
Yeah, and
yeah.
I don't know how you feel about all of that, but I am not liking anything about the storyline.
No, me neither. The only thing I kind of liked was Portia's fingernail color, her
You're
bluish
kind of getting into
periwinkle.
the whole like manicure thing, which is you're gonna
Well,
have to really turn over a new leaf if that's the direction you're going in.
I don't think I no, it's never gonna be me, but I do kinda like the rules have changed about nail polish colors, and it's any color is, you know, okay now. All the blues and greens and everything else, I kinda like that.
All right, I didn't expect that from you, but okay.
Sorry.
It's kind of
Sorry,
like
yeah.
it's kind of like the Virginia Slims ad. Like you've come a long way, baby.
I
You
just
can
like a
pour
nice
up
bit
your
of
nails
color.
in any way that you
Yeah,
want.
yeah. It's
Um,
another opportunity for color, and I'm all for that.
and you like the blues and the greens.
I
Shocking.
do. Isn't it? I know, I know. Oh,
Well,
I'm
I have to say, interestingly, I didn't even notice her nails,
okay. Okay, that's alright.
but I'll take your word for it. I'll check them out tomorrow.
Okay. Well, they were long and kind of impractical for a doctor,
Yeah,
but anyway, but yeah, I agree with the whole Portia Isaiah thing, and also it seems very sloppy to be getting it on in her office at the hospital
they were so overcome with
with
passion or something. I don't
some
know. Yeah.
yeah, yeah, that
I
was
don't like the version of Isaiah that they're creating for us right now. This is
no, I don't either, because he's
not the
acting like
direction. Yeah.
no, like, on the one hand, he's acting like he's just trying to, like, look out for Portia and, like, let her figure things out, but he was also just waiting, just sorta hovering, looking for an
Yeah,
opening apparently, right?
I guess. Yeah. And I mean, I don't know how you felt. How did you take that conversation between, well, this was today. Are we allowed to talk about
Mhm.
today
Yeah,
here?
sure, sure.
Okay, thanks. Between between um
Curtis and Portia?
Curtis, yeah, and Portia today, where they like sudden. I feel like we were recycling a lot today. Like, haven't we already
Yeah.
had this out, and then we're doing it again?
Yeah,
And
yeah, kind of. The only part that seemed like maybe it was a little bit fresh was where he kinda said that he had this resentment for all of the lies, and he kept hoping it would go away, but it really didn't, It just
yeah,
wouldn't. And like you said, yeah, he was rehashing a lot of things because he keeps throwing these all her old, missteps in her face and everything, all her lies and stuff, like, so clearly he wasn't ever gonna get past all of
yeah,
that
yeah.
stuff,
I
you
mean,
know?
I guess the only thing that was good about that was like what she was saying is that like that was the only time they'd been really truthful with each other.
Yeah, yeah,
It's
mhm.
too bad they couldn't have saved us all the trouble and squealing and just said
Yeah,
that from the get go. And I
yeah,
liked the slant they took with her saying that this is all because of Trina.
mm,
That
mhm.
if there weren't a Trina, he wouldn't have even tried to put the
Uh-huh.
relationship back together.
Yeah, yeah, and that probably is true, isn't it?
Yeah, I could see that being the
Mhm.
case.
Yeah, yeah, mhm.
But
So
yeah, I just felt like we'd recycle, like, oh, we toyed with the flirting with Jordan, but like
mhm.
she just went 0 to 1,000 when she saw Jordan get involved, and it was
Yeah,
like
yeah,
that seemed a little out of proportion for.
mhm.
I don't know. It just felt like again where they were just trying to make the plot move fast.
Right, and yeah, like, make it so basic, like it's
Yeah,
just about jealousy and mistrust. I don't know. Yeah, it isn't anything very new.
yeah. I'm
You
sorry,
got
I'm getting
are you
my
having
wings here. Yeah.
are you having which of us said something stupid? Both of us did.
Yeah, yeah. But,
Um,
I don't know. So I'm like, okay, is Isaiah appealing to anybody at the moment? Like, why would he? I guess Portia just anybody who's showing her, a shoulder to cry on is gonna seem
yeah, Yeah.
pretty good at this point.
I think that's mostly what she's responding to, that he seems
Yeah,
compassionate and he's got sympathy for her, and I think, they both have these same thoughts that Jordan and Curtis were, just, you know, always sort of on each other's minds, you know?
which they hadn't shown us that until they decided
Mhm.
to stir it all back up. Like
Right,
they hadn't
right.
really done that
Yeah,
all along. But
yeah,
I guess it's a soap. I guess that's okay that they decided to
I
do
guess.
that.
But
But
we
now
were
we're gonna have the two couples like pitted against each other, the two
hoping
newly reformed couples.
maybe if Jordan and Curtis fall back into it, but I
Don't you think they will?
well, I know it did seem like that's what they were sort of setting the groundwork for, but, like, I don't know, I would like something a little different, because that seems like that would be
You're
sort of
not gonna
fair.
get it. I don't think you're gonna get it. You might want something a little different.
All right, we'll see. You're probably right, that's what we're gonna
But
get.
I don't know. I wasn't finding anything appealing in any of those characters through
No,
any of this. Not
no,
Jordan,
I wasn't
certainly not Curtis.
mhm,
um,
yeah,
Portia, I mean, I don't know. Portia, like I guess I have to give her credit for trying so long to keep the marriage going. Um,
mhm,
but I don't know. It was doomed from the get go because neither one of them were being honest ever.
mhm, yeah, yeah, I think that's the bottom line, Gia.
And I just feel like Jordan, like, don't you feel like Jordan should think she's worth more than like going
Mhm.
back to Curtis after? I don't
Yeah,
know.
yeah, it just seems like it seems kinda icky now, you know?
Yeah, the whole thing is yuck, and I wish they, like,
Mhm.
why do they have to keep these four people? Like, why can't we introduce somebody new into that little love? I guess Isaiah is new, but
He is yeah, but, couldn't Jordan and Curtis just, like, be alone? Couldn't they just not be in a relationship and figure out, like, who they are as people or something, you know? Even Isaiah and Portia, like, everybody should just be chilling out by themselves.
yeah, but we're demanding love in the afternoon, so it's our fault.
I
We
guess you're
want them clearing all their little tchotchkes off the shelf while they're doing it in the office. And
yeah.
it's your fault mostly.
Mine. I'm sorry, everybody, if I did this.
Oh, okay. So I messed you up. So go back to Wednesday. What else happened on Wednesday?
Okay, let's see. We had Drew and Willow talking, and then Nina
Oh,
coming
Nina.
along and her
Yeah,
head blowing
yeah,
up,
yeah.
seeing the two of them. And I was thinking that there's several situations where blame is being laid on one person, and it doesn't
And
seem
it's
like
always Nina.
it's always Nina. Well, in this case, it's Nina. Yeah, Willow blaming Nina for everything
Yeah.
somehow. That seems very misplaced. And I
Well, and
guess,
Carly did the same thing to her. It's like
yeah, yeah.
Willow had no free will anywhere in this.
Exactly, exactly. Yeah, so that's not fair. And also, I mean, I can kind of see why Willow would decide to hate Nina versus Drew, because if she decided to like that Drew was really the bad guy here, then she knows that she went along with him, you know?
Right, right,
So
yeah,
she sort of
yeah.
brought him into her world, and that was on her. So, but still, yeah, I don't like it when the wrong people are blamed. And we also had like Alexis was blaming Rick for a lot of things, I think. I forget what she said that made me think that she was in the wrong too. Um, I'm not going to remember that one, but also Marco, Marco blaming
You
Sun.
need to take better notes, more involved notes.
I
Yeah.
know. I was like, I'll remember if I just put
I'm
their
just I'm just
names
sitting here
here.
going, huh? I don't even remember a conversation between them, but okay. But
Well, when she was like, I think in the basement with him, she said something to him that made me think she was wrong about whatever she was blaming Rick for. But I'll see if I can remember what I meant that. I don't know. I won't. But Marco, when Marco was talking to his dad, Or no, no, no. After he talked to Gio, and I guess I'm jumping ahead. Marco saw Gio at the church.
Oh, right, and they kind of commiserated over having
Yeah, yeah,
mothers who'd passed away, and yeah,
yeah, and that's what got Marco all fired up, basically, seeing, like, Gio believing that Sonny was innocent, you know?
yeah, that sent him, yeah, into
Yeah,
the to
yeah.
give Drew the info about,
Right, right, right,
yeah,
yeah.
which Drew immediately took that bait and ran with it.
Ran with it, ran hard with it, yeah. But I don't think I know Marco feels like Sonny set all this in motion that led to his mother's death, but I don't think you can draw that path very easily, you know? I think she made a lot of choices, right? That
Yeah, I mean, I guess you could just people like need to have somebody they can blame. You know, his mother
right,
basically.
right,
I don't
right.
know if you call that a suicide or just an accidental overdosing.
Yeah. Yeah, she was a mess, but,
But she was a mess. She was a mess. uh, I mean, I could see Marco saying she was a mess because of her involvement with Sonny, and he was forcing her to
mhm,
leave the country and all of that. You know,
mhm.
but if she was that messed up, probably anything she was involved with, she was going to be
Yeah, yeah.
screwed up. If she
And
was,
she
I mean, they didn't really develop that addiction problem with her right from the get go, which
no,
was
right.
too bad. They could have laid that groundwork early on, and it would have made
Mhm,
sense, you know. But
mhm. Yeah, yeah. But she seemed like she kind of sought Sonny out and wanted that relationship from the
yeah,
beginning,
right,
you know, sort of
yeah.
as
So
much or more than he did, so I
yeah,
don't know.
it's not a cut. It's definitely not a cut and dried
No,
blame for Sonny
right,
for sure.
right.
Um, the situation obviously pushed her over an emotional edge.
Mhm, mhm,
But yeah, I don't know if you'd say he caused her to do that. She might have done that, on a bad day because
mhm.
whatever happened, who knows,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's
if
just sort of
she was
it's
that close to the edge.
right, right, and it's a loss, it's sad, but maybe it is something that, no one person is responsible for really, you know?
But I can see as a son, as a child being
Mhm,
needing to lash out at somebody, you
mhm,
know,
yeah,
and absolve his mother of the
mhm.
blame, I guess. So, um, but yeah, so that was interesting. I was like, well, don't they know each other, Gio and
Right,
Marco? And they're
right,
like, I
I
guess they
know.
wouldn't. Why would they? I think everybody knows everybody, but they probably don't.
I think so too, yeah, but I guess I couldn't think of a time when they'd cross
Yeah.
paths either, but yeah, so then we had a nice scene with Gio and Brooklyn, I thought, at the church.
Yeah, they finally made a little headway.
Yeah, I thought so too.
She's a little bit reminiscent of, the way Nina was with Willow, like
Yeah,
so hungry to have a
yeah,
relationship that it's almost
mhm,
like you can feel the adult child like just cringing, like, you're so extra. You're so
yeah,
freaking extra. I can't take it.
mhm,
Like the
mhm.
weight of the expectations would be so huge. Um
Yeah, it would be very, very difficult to to be
yeah,
either of them really, you know?
but Brooklyn reined herself in pretty well. I mean, she's not as like Nina was always like seeming manic about it,
Yeah, yeah, like she could lose her shit at any minute,
at
you know?
any moment, yeah. And
Yeah.
Brooklyn seems a little calmer. Um,
She's got more self-control, I would say, and she's a bit wiser maybe than Nina has
maybe,
been
yeah.
generally.
Nina's a little bit of a hot mess, but a lovable
Yeah.
hot mess.
Lovable, sure, sure.
Um, but
But
that,
yeah.
yeah, that was nice.
Mhm, mhm. And then what did you think about, when, Dante went to see Gio after
Well,
Brooklyn
I
summons
thought
him?
that was nice too, but just to back up for a minute. So,
Sorry.
Brooklyn goes to Dante at the police station to tell
Yeah,
him
yeah.
that he needs to go see Gio, that Gio's,
Mm. Mhm,
emotional and needs him. And
mhm.
Wasn't Dante the one that recently went to Brooklyn and said, "We're gonna forge ahead
Yeah,
and make a relation"? And then he's like,
yeah.
"No, no, he doesn't need me,"
I
as if
know,
they'd never had
I
that
know.
conversation. I was like, "What? What? Did I miss
Yeah.
something?"
No, no, that was clunky, yeah, because he said something about how what he'd been so mean to him and that he didn't really want anything to do with Dante or something like yeah, it's like, "Wait a minute, we've moved past that." As, like, we've everybody's decided that you need to work on this, Dante.
Yeah, so I don't know. So that was kind of weird. But no,
Mhm,
I thought they did a nice job with the you know, they have laid the groundwork for everything that happened in Brooklyn in this other world. So that's
mhm,
not jarring to me when they talk
mhm.
about oh that Christmas that they burned the fish and whatever. Like I I can believe that stuff because they didn't just make it up on the spot, you know?
I was gonna say, yeah, I had a much easier time when Dante provided that old story than usually I do when they conjure up something from another world,
Yeah, because they've been talking about that other world forever, you
Mhm.
know,
Mhm.
with
Yeah.
Lois and all the what
Mhm.
happened back in the neighborhood. And, it can be
Yeah.
annoying, but at least
Mhm.
they've laid the groundwork for that, so we knew about it already.
Yeah.
So it's like
Yeah.
I can see them having big family gatherings, and
Mhm.
um,
Mhm.
it didn't make sense that a fish would burn all day. He said something about they were, you know,
Yeah. Yeah, that was a stretch, but I thought, like, the one of the reasons why that story, like, was sort of effective, I guess, was because I thought Dante, he did a good job, the actor, he did a good job
yeah, yeah, and
as
he was
Dante
calm
there.
too.
Yeah, yeah.
So I think they're gonna wear Geo down. Geo like
Mhm.
says, "Oh, I don't really, I'm not looking for a relationship with you or whatever." But
Mhm. Yeah,
they'll wear him down. He'll
yeah.
get that look off his face eventually. And
Yeah, and when Brooklyn was talking to him, I was reminded of some of those times when she and Dante were so close to Gio when before they all knew that he was there,
right, right, like
where
they
they
used
were
to hang out. Yeah,
yeah, they had such a great relationship, and it seems like, that's one of the big losses that they had that just ended. So,
yeah. So
I
I think they'll get there. And it was nice
yeah.
that they finally moved that storyline along a little bit. Now
Yeah, I thought so too.
Sonny needs to get him a new Stradivarius. And
Yeah, yeah, I agree. I think also what got them a little further along with Gio was just talking about Camilla, his mom, and letting him sort of, acknowledge that that's his mom. That's
right,
who.
and they referred to him as your mom the
Yeah,
whole time,
yeah.
Yeah,
Like nobody's trying to take that away from him, and so
yeah,
that like that was helpful, I thought.
yeah, so that was pretty good writing, I thought, all the way around
Mhm.
on those
Yeah,
scenes.
yeah, I thought so too. Yep. Let's see. So, what else do we have? Marco and Sidwell, we talked about that, how Sidwell was very, very mad at Marco for
They
spilling the
really
beans.
look related too, they're like their head shape is the same, it's weird.
And I think Anna looks kind of like Emma, this recast Emma. I think they
She
bear a
does a little
resemblance.
bit, yeah, I believe that Joss is Carly's daughter, like,
Yeah, yeah.
I guess
So sometimes
I'm pretty gullible, but,
yeah, 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 you are, and I am too. Um I'm concerned about deception. I hope like there's a lot of things that I was hoping would have happened by now. Like first of all, Liesel has been nowhere in sight since Maxie was poisoned, and we hoped that somebody, maybe Liesel, would be tracing down like what caused
yeah,
Maxie
or
to
Anna,
laugh,
yeah,
or Anna.
yeah,
Anna's just getting drunk and moaning about it.
right, yeah.
So that's a bummer. And I'm hoping also that if Sidwell's trying to like take over this company, that Tracy and Brooklyn will be brought into this conversation with Lucy.
Yeah, and they're not showing like they talk about how social media is like kind of doing them in, but they haven't
Mhm.
talked about any what they're doing to counter that, or
Right,
they'd
right.
be brainstorming
Yeah, yeah, Brooklyn would be all over that,
yeah,
I
and
would think.
Tracy, and
Yeah,
yeah, like
yeah. Mhm.
why aren't they back on Home and Heart? Not that I want another Home and Heart scene, but
No, I don't either. Yeah.
smearing that stuff all over their own faces and showing that they're not
Yeah. Well, yeah, I
dropping.
was wondering, like, if that one jar that was poisoned was rolling around on the floor, like, what if somebody else picked it up and decided to use it and then they died,
Yeah.
that would be fun, right? If suddenly there was like a
That would
whole
be
like,
fun, yeah.
you know,
Some super spy like Colette probably was like there just taking it
grabbed
away
it.
or something.
Yeah,
Yeah. I
yeah.
don't know.
You'd think they would have thought about that.
Yeah,
But
but they dismissed it so easy with like we've all been using this cream for
yeah,
all
I
for
know.
months. And,
I know.
but I guess if you're not looking for foul play, then
Yeah,
I don't
right.
know, but they should be looking for foul play. I guess the whole heart thing is going to confuse that. If somebody's
Yeah, that's true.
been a heart patient, you're probably not
Mm,
immediately thinking of foul play. You're thinking like, oh,
right, right.
yeah,
Yeah. Hmm. Yeah,
mm,
you'd think
mm.
Anna would want to be a little more curious and thorough, maybe in her.
Yeah, somebody should be. Or,
Somebody should be.
Maybe Mac could put his cop hat back on
Yeah,
and be,
I mean, it's his
Felicia,
yeah,
all of them. They're all supposed to
all of
be
them. Yeah.
spies and cops and,
Yep, yep, yeah. So,
they're just overcome with emotion, I guess.
I guess so, but yeah, I hope that something happens soon with that investigation.
Yeah,
Uh,
that would be good. Although we probably have months where we're not going to see
mhm.
Maxie back. I'm assuming.
Right, right, yeah. Months is probably right. Hmm.
Okay. All right. What else you got? Anything else on your little board? I don't know where we're at time wise. Are we? Did we get?
Uh,
Are people's commutes over yet? Or
they're winding down. They're getting close to home, but we
okay,
haven't
good. All
talked
right.
thoroughly about today's episode. Let's see. Okay, well, we got Dante and Brooklyn. We covered that. Marco and Sidwell. Oh, Tracy and Martin. That was kind of fun to see
I was
those two.
yeah. I know. They've done better scenes together. That was okay. I
Mhm.
mean, but I kind of knew where they were going. Like, oh, they're going to cooperate because it's
Because it's
Stella.
Stella. Yeah, I don't like
Um,
Tracy blaming Martin because obviously it's Drew ultimately who's the
yeah.
shithead here. You know,
Right.
Martin
Well,
was
and they need
smart.
to clear up, like, did Stella actually commit fraud?
I think she did, but it was
She
on
did,
such
right?
a small scale that, that's why it's doesn't seem like it
Yeah.
should be, like,
Well, I feel
something
like
that
they should do a public service and let people know in case other people are thinking of fudging
yeah.
timeline.
Yeah,
Like,
right.
that actually is fraud,
Yeah.
but it's just a tiny drop in the bucket as compared to real
Yeah,
bad
yeah,
fraud. I don't know. But
yeah.
I still am kind of bummed that they're making Stella seem like this sort of wide-eyed dummy in this,
Mhm, mhm.
like
Yeah,
I
right.
don't know. She's supposed to
Yeah.
be so smart and with it, and I don't know,
Mhm,
sort of
mhm.
just to have Curtis running around. And it bugs me that I know Curtis is not my favorite character, but
Mhm,
the
mhm.
whole my auntie, my auntie, my auntie. I find that sort of demeaning, like
Yeah, yeah, I know, I think that's supposed to be charming, that he's so attached to her, but it
it
doesn't.
feels it feels like he's like I don't know, like ageism or something. I got to take
Mhm.
care of my old auntie.
Yeah,
Maybe
right.
that's just where I'm coming from. But like
Yeah.
she's this capable woman, and
Mhm.
I don't know.
Yeah.
That-
Well, every 5 minutes or so, she'll say, "Don't worry, I'll be fine," and she'll act like she doesn't want anybody to, like, stick their neck out for her,
Yeah,
But
yeah,
then Jordan comes along and does them this favor or tries, and, Stella's all grateful, so it's like she's
yeah.
kind of I don't know.
And Jordan's like, I talked to this former and this former and this former and
Yeah.
this former, and it's like,
It's like
why did they think Jordan was going to be such a lifeline on all this?
I
I don't
know,
know.
it's not even the
Um,
same department or anything, it's not
yeah,
even close, so yeah, that was a stretch, and
yeah.
I guess it was just to pull Jordan in to piss Portia off,
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
so that
uh,
you could have love in the afternoon. That's what it all boils down to.
have I said I wanted that? Hmm. I probably did, it does kinda sound like me, but
So maybe after a little cocktail or two.
yeah, maybe,
Um,
maybe. Hmm.
nah, anyway, I don't know. Okay, so did we cover it all? Like, did we have
I
any
think
other big
pretty
development?
much. Oh, well, just a
Uh,
couple of
uh,
loose ends. Michael talked to Sonny. I was glad that we
oh
sort of
yeah,
tied that up, like
yeah,
confirmed that Sonny didn't
yeah.
do that.
And
Didn't.
we believe Michael would believe Sonny. Like Sonny
Oh,
wouldn't
yeah,
lie
yeah.
about that. So
Yeah,
that's not even in
yeah.
question, you know.
Right,
Yeah.
right, yeah, and I think he knows that that wouldn't be a great move, that would
Yeah. Yeah.
be too risky. So, yeah, and so now Sidwell, like, now it's a race to get to this judge, and doesn't it seem like if Sidwell gets to the judge, he's just gonna kill her, right?
I suppose maybe that's where that jar of lotion will come in.
I just wanted to
Send a
give
little
you this
gift.
just
Yeah.
wanted to give you this
Yeah.
moisturizer.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah. Put some on now.
So yeah, right. I mean, we wouldn't put anything past him because we know
Yeah,
he will do
right.
bad things. Yeah.
Yep, yep. So we'll see, I guess, who gets there first. I don't know. I don't know what I think is gonna happen there. I worry I wouldn't wanna be this judge.
No, no, I know. Yeah, and then we had the Drew going in and confronting Michael with. I thought Michael stayed cool as a cucumber through all that.
He did.
Yeah.
Maybe because he knew Sonny wouldn't do something stupid like bribe a
Yeah.
judge. I don't know. I mean, I'm sure he's bribed judges plenty of times in the past, but then Drew, like, on the one hand is like, he could go to jail, for this. And then Drew sort of acted like he was gonna bribe some judges just to make
Yeah,
sure
right.
the
Yeah, yeah.
custody went his, Willow's way. So,
But he's
yeah.
just more and more. I do think they're building up for some kind of murder mystery with Drew too.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. I mean, he really has pissed off
he's
everybody.
on fire right now. Yeah,
Yeah. Like, people couldn't be more angry with him.
yeah.
You know? Like Alexis,
Oh yeah, everybody. It's going to reach a boiling point here, and then it's
yeah.
just yeah,
Well, you think
and
maybe he'll have a bed next to Rick's down in the
yeah,
basement,
I'll be down
maybe?
there.
That could be fun.
Yeah, the ladies will just start a
Just
little cottage industry
yeah.
there. Yeah. You got a pest problem?
Everybody be like,
Yeah.
"I haven't seen Rick in a long time." You know who I haven't seen either? Drew.
Yeah, maybe they'll have Scotty like over in another corner, like just asleep on the sleeping pills. Like, there's Scotty. We haven't seen him in
Yeah,
ages.
and he'd be like, "I still don't know exactly what I did."
Yeah, simply ages.
Yeah.
Yeah, he just disappeared from the landscape. Nobody's even,
Mhm.
it's
No,
kind of sad.
terrible, terrible.
You seen
Yeah.
those videos where cats are afraid of cucumbers?
I was wondering when you would bring that up.
Have we talked about it before?
I don't think so. Have we? Maybe we have, and I blocked it out.
Well, have you seen any of those videos?
I don't think I have, no.
Well, it's weird. You should try it with your cat. It doesn't work on my cat, but
So maybe they've just found, like, after
I mean, these
testing a
cats will
number
like
of
leap like 5, 6 feet in the air. Like they'll turn around and see the cucumber and they're like, is it snake like or what is it that they freak out about? I don't know.
huh.
I don't know the psychology behind it. It's interesting though.
Sure. Sure it is.
We can
I
stop. We can stop there before I think about it too much.
I think we have to
Okay.
because I don't know what to say.
I'll see if I can send you a good video so you know
Oh,
what I'm talking
good, good.
about. I haven't sent you anything in a while, except that
Yeah,
chimpanzee with the lipstick.
yeah. So by a while, she means like 3 hours.
All right. Do you know how to turn this podcast off?
I'm gonna try, Gia, so, hopefully
Okay.
this
Wish
works.
us all luck, everybody.
Yeah, pray for us. Okay,
And
alright.
hopefully this will upload. Okay. Well, thanks, everybody. And you have a lovely night.
Yep. Thank you,
And
everybody, and good night,
good,
Gia.
yeah, good night and good luck.
Thank you.
Okay.
Alright,
See ya.
bye.